Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to go over another amazing question on Codeforces, that is accidental victory. So let us quickly go over the problem statement. A championship is held in Berlin in which n players participate. The player with the number I has AI tokens. The championship consists of n-1 games which are played according to the following rules. In each game, two random players with two non-zero tokens are selected. The player with more tokens is considered to be winner of the game, and in case if there is a tie, the winner is chosen randomly. The winning player takes all the loser's tokens. The last player with non-zero token is the winner of the championship. All the random decisions that are made during the championship are equally probable and independent. For example, if n is equal to 4 and the players have the following tokens, like the first player has 1, second is 2, third is 4 and fourth has 3 tokens, then one of the options of the game could be, during the first game, the first and fourth player could be selected with the value 1 and 3, with the tokens 1 and 3, and following these rules, third player would win the game, fourth player would win the game, and uh, so he'll take first player's tokens. So the new array would look like this. In the second game, the fourth and third player were selected. If third and fourth player are selected, then as they have same number of tokens, the selection, like the final selection, would be random. And in this case, the winner chosen was player 3. So fourth players or the losers players tokens were transferred to player 3. Now during third game, the second and the third player were selected, which were last possible combination. And as third player has more tokens, he took second player's tokens. And now the final array is 0, 0, 10, 0. Okay. This is how this is the given example. And hence in this example, third player is declared the winner of the championship. Championship winner will receive personalized prizes. Therefore, the judges want to know in advance which player have a chance of winning, that is, have non-zero probability of winning in the championship. You have been asked to find all such players. So input is as usual. Like the first line will contain the number of test cases t. The second line would contain second line of each test case would contain an integer n, which would be the size of an array, and the third line would contain array of size n. It is okay. And for the output format, they are expecting us for each test case to print two lines. One is the size of the players who have non-zero probability of winning, like how many players have non-zero probability of winning, and in the second line we have to print those players in the increasing order. So I hope the problem statement was clear enough. Now before jumping into the solution, there are a number of observations that we must first consider, which will help us solve the problem. And let's have a look at the observations on the whiteboard. So these are some observations that we need to consider while solving the problem. The first one is, how can a player win the game? So if I ask you this question, the answer seems obvious, that he has to win against all the other players. Only then the player would be considered a winner, right? Okay, so how can he win? Like if he does not have a highest value, how can he win? How can a player win if he does not have a highest value? So in order to do that, initially we have to pad with the players who has less value or less tokens. This is the key point, that initially the player X, if he does not have a maximum value or a maximum tokens, he should be paired with the player who has lesser tokens than the current lesser than him. Only then he'll win and he'll get the loser's tokens. Then he'll have a chance to be paired against chance of winning against the top player. So these are the 2 points on how a player can win the game. Now let's say if AI can win the game, then if AI can win the game, that is ith player can win the game if he has AI tokens, then all the other elements who have tokens or values greater than or equal to AI will also win the game. This might sound a little confusing, but it will become clear with an example. And in the same way, if AI can't win a game, then all the other elements whose values, or all the other players, or like let's say values or tokens who are lesser than equal to the A of I or the current element's tokens, also can't win the game. Okay, so I hope the observations were somewhat clear enough. Now let us have a look at an example. So let us consider this example, that is 6 1 5 2 4, 5 players from 1 to 5 which have following tokens, that is 6 1 5 2 4. Now before directly moving into the before directly moving, there is one more step that we must consider, that is we'll sort the players. So this is the same array in the sorted form. I have also mapped the indexes accordingly in the sorted form. Okay, so I'll just move it to the left, and we'll solve this question. We'll try to solve the question now. So let us consider the first player, that is player 2 at player 2, which has the token 1. Now as we can see, the player or the player 2 has a token value which is lesser or least among all the other players. So no matter if the player is paired up with 2 or 4 or 5 or even 6, he'll always lose the game. And what that means, that basically means is that he has zero possibility or probability of winning the game. So player 2 can't win the game. Okay, I hope this was clear enough. Now let us move a pointer to player next player in the sequence, and here that player is at player 4 with a token value 2. Now according to a condition, if a player wants to win the game, he'll have to be paired up with a player who has less number of tokens. So in this case, 2 can be paired up with 1. Now if 2 is paired up with 1, the values the 2 will have the value like the next if 2 is paired up with 1, naturally player 4 will win and player 2 will lose, right? Because player 2 has less number of tokens as compared to player 1. And if player 4 wins, that means player 2's token would be transferred to player 1. So a new array would look something like 0 3 4 5 and 6, right? This is how a new array would look like. But now there is again a problem. Now 3 can't be paired up with any other element except for which has tokens that is lesser than 3. So all the remaining players have tokens greater than the current element or greater than the fourth player. So that means even the fourth player has no chance of winning the game. That is zero possibility of winning the game. So we'll move a pointer to the next element. Now let's consider 4. So in order for 4 to win, he'll should be first 4 or the element at index 5 of 5th player. In order for 5th player to win, he must be paired up with a player who has a less number of tokens. So in this case, they are player 2 and player 4, right here. So if 4th player is first paired up with player 1. So if 4 is paired up with player 1, a new array would look like this. Again, the values would be 0, 2, 1. This token would be transferred to the player 5. So it would be 5, 5 and 6. Now as we can see, unlike the previous case, there still exists an element whose value is less than 5, and that is 2. So we'll again pair player 5 with player 4. This is player 4 and this is player 5. Okay. So then our new array would look like 0, 0, 0, 7, 5, 6. Now as we can see, 7 is already greater than 5 and 6. So even if we pair 7 with 5 or 6, it won't matter because 7 is anyway going to win. Let's try to solve it further so it becomes clear. So if 7 is paired up with 5, the answer would be 12 and 0, that is 0, 0, 12 and 0. And finally, this player would be paired with the remaining one of the player, that is 6. So now the answer would be 6 plus 12 plus 6 is 18, and this value will be 0. So as you can see, player number 5 has a chance of winning the game. So we'll mark it as a tick, or we'll mark it with a tick which indicates that this player has a chance of winning. And we'll move our pointer to the next value. If we now try to again solve this question, we can see that in order to 5 for win, in order for 5 to win, he must be paired up with some players whose value is whose token value is less than 5, so that player 3 can win. So in order for player 3 to win, let's say it pairs up with player 1. So again the value would be 0, 2, 4, 6 and 6. Again, in order for player 3 to win, he should be paired with an element that is with a player whose token value is less than 6. In this case, it is either 2 or 4. So let's go with 2. So 2's value would become 0 and 6 would become 8. Again, now as you can see, 8 is already greater than all the remaining tokens. That is, player 3 also has a chance of winning, just as we saw for player 5. So now player 3 can be paired up with either player 5 or player 1, and the result is quite obvious. So first if we pair player 3 with player 5, then the result would be 12 and 0. And finally, if we pair up the remaining two players, the result would again be 18 and 0. So as we can see, the player 3 also has a chance of winning. So let me put a tick mark here as well. So player number 3 with a token value 5 also has a chance of winning. I think you got the gist of the problem or the approach that we are going to use in order to solve this problem. Now let's try for the final element. Now as we can see, the last element of the array, that is in the sorted form, is the largest value that is present in the array. Now even if we try to pair 6 or the player 1 with any of the remaining players, either 2, 5, 6 or 2, 4, 5 or 3, it is quite obvious that 6 is always going to be the winner. So it is obvious, and I'll just mark it as true that 6 can also win the game. So this was the entire solution to a problem. Like, I think I proved these two observations or conditions that I wanted to prove here. That is, if AI can win the game, like in this case, we saw that player 5 with token value 4 was able to win the game. Then player 3 and 1 who had token value greater than that of token value of 5, that is 4, which was 5 and 6, were also able to win the game. And similarly for the last condition, that is, if AI can't win the game, then all the other elements whose value is less than or equal to AI also can't win the game. In this case, the elements were 2 or the player 4 was not able to win the game with the token value of 2. In the same way, player 2 had token value less than the token value of 4, that is 1. So even 2 was not able to win the game. So instead of iterating through all the points, what we can do is we can just find this element, the smallest token value which has the non-zero possibility of winning. In this case, which was player 5 or token value of 4. And if we are able to find this, we'll just print the remaining elements in the array, or the elements to the right of the array in the sorted form. And the sorted form would look like 1, 3 and 5, because they have asked here to print out the elements in the increasing order or increasing order, that is sorted form, sorted or ascending order. So this would be a final answer. The size would be 3 and the elements would be players would be 1, 3 and 5. Okay, I hope the solution or the approach is clear enough. Now let us have a look at the code. So in the code, I am using binary search. As I told you before, we'll just use binary search instead of iterating from the start. First, I am taking in the size of the array in n. Then I am accepting the array in ARR. I am also creating the copy of ARR in B because we are going to sort the array, and which won't have and will at the end we'll need these indexes. So better if we preserve the indexes within a new array. So that's why I'm using a new array B, that is a copy of array ARR, and I'm sorting the array ARR. Now I'm taking two pointers that we use in binary search. This is normal binary search. I'm using two pointers, low and high. I'm iterating while low is less than or equal to high, calculating the mid, and every time I'm checking mid. If can mid value be the winner of the game, that is, uh, can the value 5 be the winner of the game, or the value at index. First I'll check for this index, can this value be the winner of the game? If not, can this value like normal binary search, right? If the element can win, it will check for the left element. If it can't win, we have got our answer. If this element cannot win, then we'll check for the right element if it can win. If yes, then yes. This is how binary search works actually in log n time. So we'll follow binary search here, and we'll, for each mid element, we'll try to search, we'll try to see if the element can actually win or not, and that if it has zero non-zero possibility of winning. So how will we calculate that? Then for that is basically we'll traverse through each array. We'll go on traversing for each array. We'll just traverse for each element one by one, from starting from the first element, and we'll go on adding the like pairing the element with the lowest element possible. And if it happens that the value is not able to if it happens that the element is not able to like be greater than the current element, then that means that it has zero possibility of winning. As we saw for 3, in the condition of 3, all the elements were greater than 3 except for 0, of course. All the elements were greater than 3, so it had no chance of winning. The same condition we are checking here. And finally we are returning true if there was no false, like if the condition passed for every other value. There were other players, like if it returns true, that basically means the player has the possibility of winning, that is non-zero possibility of winning. So this was the overall code. I've already submitted the code and it is already accepted, so this means our code works fine. And the time, coming to the time complexity, it is following log n for the binary search, and again n for the win function. So the overall complexity for the while loop would be n log n, and similarly we are using sort function whose base case time complexity or the worst case time complexity is again n log n. So the time complexity for this solution is n log n. So hope you liked the video. This was it. Thank you.